Bam! Last second. No World of Warplanes. Straight to us.
Okay. We are
Welcome back again to the for the fourth time. Welcome back to Silverwing 4x4.
I'll be
We're
so
team-
happy when this tournament is over.
We're
The next one's gonna be like, can we do tier 5? 5 versus 5, please. Can we call it 5x5?
yeah, but see, nothing sort of works with 5 in terms of puns.
Thank God.
Thank God 5 dad.
What? You could be like, hey, at the start of it, you could be like, everybody get up. Do you get that? You're cool if you don't get it. Because it was a joke, because it's a song by Five, the band.
5 or like just 5.
They were like a boy band.
That's
called
just
Five.
5, no?
No, it's
I know my
Five.
boy bands.
Just 5?
Maybe that was like a other
Someone
one.
educate Oxy, please. 5, the band.
Just 5. I see
Just
here.
5. It's 5. The 5. It's type 5. 5. There we
Everybody
go.
get up.
Come in and take your places. We're just about to start the examination.
So we're going to play it on stream.
I won't.
Let's do it.
There's no music. Oh, that. Okay. Okay, no, that's too cool. It's time for just 5. Okay, I didn't even
where did
see.
this become a radio show?
Okay, no.
What the hell?
Okay, so
Anyway, guys,
in
welcome
fact,
back to the 4v4 444. It's a lot of 4 puns.
with
Game
four,
is
for a
already
4.
going.
Yes.
There we go.
See, perfect. Problem solved. I
Okay,
just
so guys, this is going to be a best of 5. This is the first final round. First
Yes.
final round? Yes, that works.
damn it, we should have made it a best of 4.
Best of 4.
Let's go.
Crash.
Bobo's holding
Crash into the
something that
ground.
you need to read.
Crash into the ground.
I don't know what it says.
Right. It seems Burbo lost connection. So he won't be able to talk to you guys in the chat, in the Twitch chat. So
Okay, that was it. Okay, very cool. Ah, Chasey. I'm following Chasey. He has bombs. Right, I'm
Ooh,
following
I-
Stabu. He doesn't. Extint doesn't. Shrapnelli doesn't. Okay, so Chasey has bombs. I'm gonna follow Chasey.
no one has bombs on the guys who did your sister team. So I'll be following the Flash, the fastest plane on Earth.
Okay, that's for sure. It looks like there's a plane ahead of him. How does that work? My mind is blown. Okay, so looks like we are seeing a very, very similar strategy from Guys Who Dated Your Sister. It's going to be very interesting. They are just flying again straight up as Extint. Sorry, actually, Admiral Kurd noticed in the chat. Guys Who Dated Your Sister use a lot of the octane fuel additional
Exactly.
point.
Plus aircraft polish, plus engine guru
Yeah.
skill on
We're
the
going to
crew
change
member.
aircraft polish to grease. By the way, I'm just pointing that
Lard.
out. To lard, sorry, yep.
Aircraft lard.
But yeah, so Guys Who Dated Your Sister again, just plowing up there in this. We get to see perfect formation again. They are so perfect.
And Sex is even doing
And
some maneuvers.
Doing loops. They're getting a bit cocky now. No, he's moving to a better position.
Definitely.
Did
that's
you
definitely
see
the
that?
case.
These guys are a little bit good. It's a bit scary to watch, in fact. But actually, in the meantime, if we talk about Pixel Praetorians, they are not paying any attention to this. Actually using a very similar strategy to the strategy we saw from Zero Wing. Obviously not that surprising, they're from the same clan, so it's going to be interesting. But going for the ground targets, looks like Chasey is now actually lining up for the base. So they're going to be hitting the base very, very soon with ground targets. And that is going to be a big difference is the fact that this time round, they were unable to get a spot from Guys Who Dated Your Sister, and I'm pretty sure they do this strategy just to get that initial spot, because it's a very, very effective strategy. By just flying across the middle, you have a really high chance of spotting the enemy team. But this map, slightly bigger. So it's actually, they were really hugging the edge of the map, and there we go, already 2 kill points for Chasey. I think he would have probably liked a few more in that, but already the pressure is on at 20% already. It's going to be very interesting, and it looks like Pixel Praetorians are going to play the waiting game now. They're going to just hold above the base, really in the corner of the map, looking for that, but it looks like the Guys Who Are Dating Your Sister are not fooled at all. They are heading straight at them across the map right now.
They know exactly where the ground targets went down, and as someone pointed out in the chat, actually, a hide loop exactly. They are flying perfectly straight ahead right from the start. no
Yeah.
turning, just climbing at the optimal sort of angle. And
Oh,
there
I
we go.
hate
The
to
spot
interrupt.
comes out
Yeah,
already.
Here we go. This is going to be very interesting. This really is going to test is the superior, potentially, strategies of Guys Who Date Your Sister going to be against the raw skill of Pixels Patronians. But to plane down on both sides immediately, this is going to be close. But that is looking very bad as Steel J goes down very quickly. But actually now really great damage coming across there. Both planes really, really close now. And that is going to be very, very close. But Extints making it out with 15 health. It is getting incredibly tight right now. It's going to be very difficult for Extints to make any sharp turns right now. And Shrapnelli also in a lot of trouble. Shrapnelli just making it away and actually getting a kill on Elismio there. And it is just Sextus CZ left right now on the Guys Who Date Your Sister.
He definitely has the altitude advantage here. Oh wow, that looked like a big explosion there. And manages to take out Shrapnelli.
A great kill, and that was actually a pretty high health plane. So now it's Extints left on very, very low health, but Chasey on full health, and a Chasey doing great damage now onto the side of Sextus. And
Oh,
Sextus
it takes him down. Really well played here by both teams. I mean, I must say, actually, this was really interesting because we've seen one of the longest dogfights in this tournament, probably. So, really well played here. Both teams actually, we've seen here kills really even. Everyone has one kill on Pixels Praetorians, so we see them calling their targets very well. And actually, on Guys Who Dated Your Sister, both kills equally on Sextus and El Simano. Here, I believe it was just such a tiny difference.
I think if Extints had been taken out on that first pass, when he got away with 15 health,
yes,
I
definitely.
think at that point where they decided to split targets, perfect choice. At that point, perfect choice. But at that point, it was. I said at that point like a million times.
And but
it was 1v1, and when it comes to 1v1, it comes down to personal skill again, and that dropped the slight advantage that they had of that sort of great teamwork combination they're having, and they went against 1v1 against possibly the best sort of solo skill team in the entire. Possibly the whole world.
Universe.
Actually.
Yes.
Universe,
So,
let's say. Why not universe?
Interestingly enough, though, I believe what you said, if Extons went down, who was that who chased him? Was it Steel James? No, Slayer.
It was Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, so Slayer went down to finish him off and was taken down in the meantime by Sharpnelli, I believe. So if that didn't happen, that would leave them at a great advantage because not only would they be engaging other targets and not have to commit that one plane to try and finish off Extons, so he doesn't have the chance to turn back and take someone down or distract someone else. Very unfortunate because he managed to, by just diving straight down, he managed to evade any sort of repercussion for all the damage he dished out. And it turned out really well for them.
I totally agree with you. I think by diving down, he presented the top of his plane. He basically made a very easy target. It was very difficult for him to actually come back from that. And like you said, actually, whilst it may seem like that was a mistake, it is actually a pretty big skill to be able to avoid incoming fire.
Especially in a heavy plane like that.
Exactly. In warplanes, you learn it pretty damn fast because in sort of solo queue or whatever, it becomes very difficult to make sure at the beginning of the game you don't just get ploughed off the battlefield. So I would like to say it was unlucky for the guys from Guys Who Dated Your Sister, but on the other hand, Extints avoided that very, very well, doing a lot of good maneuvers in that plane to dodge that fire, and really that was the deciding moment of that game for sure.
Most definitely. I mean, this could have gone either way, but let's see what the plan is now. So this time we switched teams around, and actually the overlays are correct this time. So Pixels Praetorians on the left side of the screen and their planes on the left side on the screen, and we see them on the stream now, right now following Sharpnelli, and I believe I will switch to Extons because he's the one in front.
I'm watching something pretty interesting here, which is Guys Who Dated Your Sister actually doing a different strategy again. Whilst they have a similar formation, I mean, it really is a great formation for the team, they are actually this time hugging the side of the map, heading towards the enemy base. I'm just going to check for bombs.
Exactly what I was...
No bombs, so they're not going for that bombing run, but they are going to be trying to take on the enemy team from a totally different angle this time.
But we do see Chasey here with some bombs.
Again with bombs, so again, interesting because he's not flying anywhere near the enemy base this time round, so I'm surprised he hasn't just dropped them to get that initial speed. If they're not going to be bombing, where are we should be seeing them get rid of those bombs.
I believe since they cannot be sure that the enemy did not equip bombs in the meantime on their 110 Bs,
maybe you're right.
they probably are just saving them in case they need to reset.
This
the
is going to be really interesting.
Counter.
It's possible that the guys from Pixels Praetorian are just going to miss Guys Who Dated Your Sister, who are coming in very, very hard from that sort of 3-4, as Oxy is showing you on the screen there. They are coming around, but no, they have managed to spot them, and this is going to look very, very dangerous for Pixels Praetorian.
This is really bad for them because they do not know they are spotted, so they are maintaining formation, and it seems that the Guys Who Dated Your Sister, Chasey drops the bomb, gets the 2 kills off, puts some pressure on, but they still do not know that they are being chased.
Yeah, and Elise Mano is keeping them perfectly in sights, and it looks like they are sending a target out onto the plane at the rear of the battle, which looks like Sharpnelli. We are going to be seeing a spot very, very soon. They're getting very close, only 1,600 meters away. It's getting very, very near right now, and this is a great strategy.
I predict this will be terrible for Pixels Praetorians because they are cornering themselves. We see them almost exactly in the corner of the map right now, trying to just
yeah, I don't think they're going to be expecting an attack quite as soon as it's about to come in right now. It's absolutely deadly force coming in, and these guys flying so perfectly.
There we go. Here's the first spot, exactly as they reach the corner. I believe Guys Who Dated Your Sister actually had calculated the distance between themselves and kept themselves not spotted. Great move.
Yeah, actually, Elismo actually slowed down so that he's right with his team, and if they cannot pull back from this one, it's going to be very close. Already, Stabu going down. Looks like actually now
Sharpnelli
going down. This is absolute carnage.
Extins going
down, and it's just Chasey left. And what amazing maneuver. Chasey absolutely demolished.
Wow.
What a game by Guys Who Dated Your Sister. Holy
OMG.
crap. What a game.
So 4-0. This is, I mean, they just blew my mind. Keeping themselves not spotted for about a minute.
And Elismo
following
decelerating, so that when they were turning round, he was staying about 1,600 meters away, which is perfect.
Nope.
You can't deal with that. Brain does not deal with this.
Okay, that was great. That's, I mean, taking into account what Sextus said before, I hope they don't start the game right away. Taking into account what Sextus said before, that was crazy. I mean, they are humble. They said, we know we are facing stronger teams here. We have practiced a lot. We're putting everything on our teamwork.
It's like, well, that was just freaking badass. Yeah. It wasn't like strategy. What? That was crazy good.
I mean, of course, there's some degree of luck here because you have to sort of spot the enemy while they're flying the same sort of direction as you. Because if they
were very lucky to just catch the tail end.
Exactly.
I must admit.
Exactly, because
but the maneuver they did was all-encompassing. It was designed that even if they didn't spot, it means there's only one place left the enemy could be. So, because they flew enough across the middle of the map that they were able to know that if the enemy team is flying across the middle of the map, they would have spotted them. I mean, it was a bit risky, I must admit, because if they had spotted them, they would have been side-on. Wouldn't have been that great. But they went in a calculated way, expecting the enemy team to be turning that way, because once they went to the edge, they turned around and started just a sweep across the top, but still actually a lot lower, so they would have still spotted. And the way these guys play is they play the spotting game. They play a strategy which is basically like a net. They set their net out and they just wait to spot. As soon as they spot, that's it. It's about getting that first spot. And really incredible game.
I mean, here I must say, like we said, quite lucky that they didn't meet each other head on, because then there's, even if you spot the enemy first with all your sort of talents enhancing your skills, enhancing your view range, you don't have time to. I think we can safely say probably
Pixels have more skills as well, because those guys play.
I think so, yeah.
A ridiculous amount.
Although
of games.
Probably not on the BF 110C, but
maybe not
still,
the new one.
but still, I mean.
Oh, they're maybe remaking the game.
It seems so. Guys Who Dated Your Sister picking 110Bs, where they potentially can have a lot of skills and a lot of practice on the plane, and doing a great job. I mean, this spotting, like you said, a bit lucky, yes, because they caught the tail and they could decelerate. They didn't need to turn to evade being spotted, and they just maintained this distance, just waiting, getting some even more altitude, getting the formation right, and just basically forcing the enemy into the corner, because Pixels Praetorians were hoping to like skirt the edges.
Yeah, and they did what they did last time, which is kind of get into that corner and start that kind of spiral. The problem is they did not expect an attack quite as fast as it came.
Yeah.
As soon as they started the turn, then they were spotted, and that's the worst place you can be spotted with that plane, because you're side on. You're not only side on, but entire top of your plane is facing their plane. You're absolutely screwed at that point, and they just dispatched them one after another. It was incredible, the damage they did.
Yes, I mean, this was, again, a super fast sort of end to the game, because as soon as guys with HGO Sister decided to reveal themselves, it was over. I mean, they were zoned in.
They were like,
targets were
take
chosen. Whoever was the closest, basically, they went down so fast that it was all done in one pass. I mean, guys with HGO Sister played it so well, they didn't really need to turn at all. They just, you know,
they just went in a straight line the whole time.
One pass, and
they did one
it's over.
turn, and that was at the top. Two turns, kind of.
Well,
at the
I
top,
mean, like,
and then another diagonal line straight across.
yeah,
the
but
other
no
side.
like turning battle with the planes, no
Don't
boom and
mess with
zoom.
that
I mean,
with
just one.
Yeah, it was just the boom part.
Yeah, just the boom part.
They did just boom, no zoom.
That was impressive. I still think, since this is a best of 5,
it's a best of 5, and then another best of 5 if they
if Guys
actually
with HGO Sister
win. So
yes.
it's going to be really tough. They have to win 6 games to win this one, so it's going to be really, really impressive if they actually make it through.
Okay, 5 games from now on. So if they win 5 games in a row, they've got it.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
If you can win 5 games in a row against Pixels Praetorians, you deserve something, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we're waiting. Ah, there it
Game
is.
is up.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if we see different planes this time from Pixels Praetorian.
I believe so.
I think we might see the loss of the B110C.
Exactly, I believe that's why Extons had to leave the room, because
he's the guy changing the plane. So
yes, so if he wants to change the plane, being the one who opens the room, he needs to close it. Beta. That's our excuse.
Welcome to beta, guys. Stuff doesn't work.
It's fun. It's fun.
Over to Oxy.
What?
That was just my random.
Yes. If it doesn't
Stuff's
work.
not working. Over to Oxy.
Still not working. No, it's great. I mean, they're rejoining the room. Probably, as we've said many times before, they can redo the plane picking, and this is also a bit of a mind game. Of course, here we see the preference being the 110B, and we see already
and in some ways,
3 of those.
I see a repick of a change of planes as a sign of fear. Honestly, it's a like
or adapting your tactics.
Yeah.
I think Pixels Praetorians.
If your tactics were the best, they would have won with the other planes.
Okay, but like I said, they did have a bit of luck here.
Yeah. No, I don't know. But
well, we can taunt them. I mean, they've been dominating.
Won every tournament we've ever done.
Exactly.
I mean, we can't really complain about that. But yeah, all going to BF110Bs. Looks like the whole team moving back to the BF110B.
Which is a good tactic, I would say, because that's the thing.
Like you said about crew skills as well.
Crew skills?
I'm pretty sure these guys have played a BF110B to maybe 2,000 or 3,000 battles just on that plane, because it's a I mean, if you're getting into the game, like really getting, I would advise you head up that tier first, because not only are the German heavies very forgiving, you can make a lot of mistakes and you've got a nice tough plane. Secondly, you've got bombs, which means you can get victories through additional points. You've got additional points through day. Thirdly, the firepower is ridiculous on those things, absolutely monstrous.
Plus the rear gunner.
Plus rear gunner for that extra bit of damage if you.
Plus now the rear gunner also has crew skills, so
so
improving his range, accuracy, etc.
And that BF 110B, the plane after, and the BF 109Z are just monster planes. I'm not saying they're better, because actually if you're a fighter pilot and you're really good, you're a light fighter player, you can just rip these to shreds. But I would say as a sort of play style, they're very forgiving plane. I'm just going to check with extents. Oh, looks like he's going anyway. I don't know what he said, but it must be we're ready. We're ready,
so
screw you guys, was basically what I'm assuming.
Into game 3 of the finals of Silverwing 4x4 between Pixels Praetorians and Guys Who Dated Your Sister. So far, Guys Who Dated Your Sister kind of the underdogs. We've seen them, maybe not under this name, but in our tournaments before.
Yeah.
But this time definitely.
They're not uncommon to Warplanes, that's for sure. This time around we are actually following them again.
Yes.
And they are a very powerful team right now, but it looks like we are seeing slightly different lineup this time. Chasey been freed of the bombing task, and instead they are on to extins this time round, so he's dropped out, but actually spotted straight away. This is going to be much more dangerous for Guys Who Dated Your Sister now.
It seems that both teams went for the same here, fly straight ahead, sort of minimum resistance, climb as high as you can, and focus as good as you can. And it seems that right now, Guys Who Dated Your Sister, both Sextus Sextus takes out Sharpnelli, Stabu takes Sextus.
Doing a huge amount of damage, but no, actually now that is really interesting. Sharpnelli and Stabu both down, so actually an overlap right now for Guys Who Dated Your Sister. This is looking good for them.
That was so close. I mean, Icemano and Slayer almost colliding mid-air. Icemano really low on health, but doing amazing damage here. Chasey absolutely shredded to pieces there.
20 health. He is still getting shot at now. He's looking really dangerous. 9 to 5, down to 1, and he is down, leaving only Extins left. And this time round, he is not going to be able to get a 3-man comeback, or is he? We shall see. This man is a monster when it comes to planes. He needs to get rid of those bombs, though. They are going to be causing a lot of trouble for him.
Going for a stall
spiral.
turn.
But you just can't stall turn a plane that can do the exact same speed of you when you've taken some damage. But actually managing it nicely there. But that's because there's a plane coming up below him, and he is going down like a brick right now. Still on 18 health, but it's not looking good for him. And there we go.
Fly straight. Clean again.
What a clean win.
Always.
Yeah, actually. Oh no, Sextus went down.
But yes, it was.
We lost one.
He did get a kill before that, so he did kill Sharpnelli right at the start, and it was such a close exchange. They did decide, since Sextus was a bit in front, and they I believe both teams went like, okay, let's just let them fight. These two guys fight it out. And Sextus really close there, taking out Sharpnelli, and immediately Stabu finishing him off. So while sort of the targeting was one at each, it seems that while Sextus was superior in the damage he dealt to Sharpnelli, Pixels were really fast to react to that. And unfortunately, as it goes, I mean, sometimes you manage to finish off the plane, and sometimes it escapes you. And as soon as it escapes you, the battle definitely draws out for another like 20 seconds before you can do another pass in those slow
and I think
planes.
This was very similar to the first game, in the sense that the battle was joined at that point, but this time round they really did manage to get that extra damage off, which we didn't expect, which we didn't see last game, and that really shows what could have happened in the first game. So actually in some ways the first game was very even, second and third games very